power of speech. Okay, everybody, let's have a shake out. Let's get the energy up, okay? So follow along with me. All right, okay, shake out your right arm. That's it, like a big wet noodle, okay? Lovely. All right, and then we're gonna shake out our left. Awesome, can you shake them together? Okay, and then we're gonna shake our right leg. Here we go. And then we're gonna shake our left leg. Don't fall over. Can you shake them together? Oh, no. Okay, now we're gonna shake our bottoms. Here we go, ready? Okay, and then just shake everything all together. Here we go. Okay, you should start to feel your body warmth, and we're ready to do some theatre. Guys, let's try some resonance. Okay, we're gonna feel where that resonance is coming from by humming, okay? So what I want you to do is put your hand on your chest, breathe in, and you can change your note. Feel your hum, feel the sound coming out of your chest, feel it resonating. Okay, try again. And now we're going to bring that hum into your face. So just put your hands in front of your face and hum. Feel that sound in your face. Okay, and that's strengthening and it's stretching your vocal cords. Okay, so now we're going to just shake your body and we're going to do a nice hum from your tummy. Try and really send it down low. And what happens when we open our mouths? We're going to let that sound out, and that sound can travel to the back of the auditorium where the audience are sitting. Okay, so let's try that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So you're putting the power behind your voice and you're not using your vocal cords, which can really damage or hurt them. You're using your body. Great stuff. Okay, so today we're looking at the power of speech. In Julius Caesar, one of the most famous speeches is this one. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men do lives after him. The good is oft interred with their bones, so let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honourable man, so are they all honourable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. Mark Antony's speech is incredibly famous, and it's a great example of the power of speech. At first, the audience have heard Brutus speak, and then they listen to Mark Antony and they change their opinion. They turn the whole thing around. Antony confronts the crowd that's against him, and he uses irony and rhetorical questions without breaking his word to Brutus. So he remains still on a good side. He's not insulting Brutus. So that's very clever technique. Let's have a look at what irony and rhetorical questions are. It is the expression of one's meaning by using language that normally signifies the opposite. So when Mark Antony says Brutus is an honourable man, he's actually saying he's not. So an example of irony might be you haven't tidied your room and your mum comes in and your mum says,
"Wow, what a great tidy room you've got there."
Or maybe your baby sister's drawn a picture of you and you look like some sort of weird animal, but you'd be like,
"Oh, that's a really great drawing of me. Thank you."
Here are some examples of irony. I posted a video on YouTube about how boring and useless YouTube is. The name of Hong Kong's biggest dog was Tiny. The butter is as soft as a slab of marble. What are rhetorical questions? A rhetorical question doesn't require an answer because it's normally obvious, and the person asking the rhetorical question is laying emphasis to their point. Let's have some examples of rhetorical questions. Who knows? Are you stupid? Did you hear me? Here are some examples of rhetorical questions in Shakespeare. This is The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? Now we know what rhetorical questions are. Can you think of some that you use in everyday life? Maybe make a list of 3 of rhetorical questions. Okay, everybody, tips on writing a monologue. So you've chosen the topic that you're passionate about. Maybe it's about the environment, or maybe it's about the way your little brother annoys you, and you're going to write a monologue. So you need to find that purpose of that monologue. Who are you talking to? And are you asking a question? Are you expressing your feelings? Or is it a secret? Or maybe you're telling a story. Okay? So who are you talking to in your monologue, your speech? The audience, or maybe you're talking to yourself or another person. And it's good to create a beginning, a middle, and then an end for your monologue. Okay, so it's good to have nice transitions of beginning, middle, and end, and maybe trying to make it interesting with an arc of sort of a climax of what your point is, and then maybe coming down away and maybe asking some rhetorical questions to make your audience think about what they're listening to. Okay, so let me try and make an example for you. I'm going to choose environment. That's what I'm passionate about today. And I'm going to write a beginning, a middle, and an end. Right, so we've chosen environment for my speech, and I'm quickly written down a few lines. So I'm going to read it to you now, and then we're going to break it down. Neighbours, friends and council members, there are 7 billion trees cut down every year. How can we reduce this number? How do we make a difference? Do you think this will save our wildlife? We must set fire to this issue and plant a new way of thinking. So who am I speaking to in my speech? I'm speaking to, I'm in a council meeting. I'm speaking to lots of people, just like Mark Antony is speaking to the people of Rome. Okay, let's break down the beginning. I'm addressing the audience who I'm speaking to, just as Mark Antony did. Neighbours, friends, and council members. Now, it's really great to write in threes. The rule of three is a really nice way of getting your point across. Let's look at the middle of my speech. So I go straight into a fact, which is always good to back up your speeches with a fact. So there are 7 billion trees cut down every year. So this is the middle part of the monologue. And then we go into more of the climatic part of the speech. So we've started from the beginning, we're going into the middle, and we are asking some questions. How can we reduce this number? How do we make a difference? Do you think this will save our wildlife? Now, these are rhetorical questions, especially the last one. Do you think this will save our wildlife? Well, duh. If we cut down all the trees, the animals will die. So, no. It will not save our wildlife. So that's our rhetorical question. And for the end, we are using some irony and also some creative language. So the irony is, let's set fire to this issue. Now, obviously, we don't want to burn it down, burn the trees down, but we want to set fire, we want to highlight, to make this important. An important issue. So let's set fire to this issue. Let's burn this down and make it stop. And then plant a new way of thinking. We're using plant and trees. So it's like a creative way of expressing your view. So it's quite a nice technique to use in your speeches. Hello there, we've come to the end of episode 2. I hope you enjoyed learning with Miss Davina, and I hope you stay safe and have lots of fun. Okay, see you next episode. Bye!